I want to start off by talking about, what was it about this story of people coming together to save something they care about that really drew you to it?
Well, honestly, you kind of said it. I think there's something that without me even knowing it, things happen. We are drawn to certain projects sometimes without even fully understanding it. But I love an underdog story,
Mhm.
and I love a story about people coming together to fight for something,
A
anything.
community.
Yeah,
And it is a
exactly.
universal story. I feel like that's the thing that,
Yeah,
everybody can honestly understand
yeah.
and bond with.
And the root of this, they're fighting for their home and their identity in like a vastly changing world. And it could be said anywhere, but like ours is in Texas, but I feel like anybody in the world can relate to fighting for your home and your identity.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I love the most about this story and how every character comes together, and the power of community too. And I'm also curious, going off of the underdog story, Austin, do you have a favorite underdog sports story? Did one in particular inspire this one?
I guess I love a lot. One that I think about a lot that is like a big studio version of our movie is Dodgeball. And it was something we talked about because there are similarities. I actually have a deep cut movie to throw at you that a lot of people don't know. It's called Local Hero, and it's with Peter Riegert and Burt Lancaster. And Peter Riegert plays an oil executive in Houston who is tasked with going to Ireland to buy this charming fishing town for the oil company. And he suddenly falls in love with it and he can't do it. And it's one of the most charming, lovable movies you'll ever see. I beg everybody to watch it. And it really, really inspired me. And I asked other people to watch it for this because it's a total underdog story, and it's about, fighting the big guy and, a community banding together to like fight this thing that seems unstoppable.
You never asked me to
I'm
watch.
gonna,
I didn't.
No,
Well,
I'm just hearing about this now.
I'm gonna have to add it to my watch list as well.
Local Hero.
And And going off of that too, Austin, I know Reggie's not here with us today, but what was the process of casting him in his first acting debut as well?
It was really interesting because it wasn't really a part of the original script, but we started talking to Reggie because we were looking for there's this scene in the movie where Adrianne has a fight about a famous football game. And so we kind of started to think a possibility if we could get Reggie or maybe some other players, and we hadn't written it yet, but we kind of had a plan. And then once we realized that Reggie was interested, we dove in, we wrote it, and the whole thing came about, but it came about late in the game. Like I think we were in pre-production, we already started shooting before we knew if it would really happen. So it was one of those things that is scary, but was a happy accident. And then it turned out really funny, and we were so happy to have him. And
He's just so lovely.
totally lovely.
He and his wife are
And his
both,
wife, they're both lovely, and we're
they're
so
both in the
happy they're in the
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious how she came to be in the film as well and her little cameo. How did that go about too?
Well, we found out that Lilith is an actress, and I said, have her make a tape and read this role. And I was so excited to see what she wanted to do. And she sent in a super great tape. And it was also a happy accident. It was one of those things that was like, didn't see it coming. And I went, well, let's get Lilith too, and we'll put her in that role. And she's so great, and her tape was great. And it just happens. Sometimes weird stuff happens when you're making a movie that you do not foresee happening.
Happy accidents.
Yep.
Other than being entertained, is there something you hope that audiences get out of this story, film?
Well, it's an underdog story. It's about a community. It's about finding love with your neighbor. And I think that that's the true heart of it. It's really coming down to just a group of people connecting and even
And the other thing I'll add is that I think there's something great there's a message in the movie about you being unique and letting your freak flag fly and just being you. And Austin was always a place that allowed for that. And as actors, I think we understand that because it's something we deal with a lot. Like if you don't have something that's different, it's gonna be hard. And like developing that one thing or those things that are weird about you, I think is worthwhile. And this movie kind of celebrates that.
yes, being
Yeah, it's a beautiful message. And lastly, I just want to ask, how's your guys' golf game?
Well,
I can putt.
Adrianne, I think in that fight, well, I can't say anything. Can I say it? Anyway, I'll say something. She had a scene where she had to putt, and
Yes.
I think I did it 4 times, and 2 of the 4.
I think you sunk the second one.
I know I got the second one, and I got the
Yeah.
last one.
And it was a thing where there's like a lot of people and equipment and
And the sun's going
there's no
down,
light.
and it was like so much pressure. And I looked at him and I was like, but he's also a great coach because he plays golf and he knows what he's doing. So you like just made one adjustment and I made it. And that reaction in the movie is a genuine,
very
absolute
real.
genuine reaction of you going, because I
Very
had no
real.
idea I could ever do that. So
Well done, well done.
I love that scene.
he can actually play.
If I'm practicing and I'm playing a lot, I can play, but like I don't play a lot.